But can I get those, like for example, I'm doing a survey. Can I get to know those who don't have social media, they don't have handphone, like those in the Orang Asli in Malaysia, they are staying in the jungle. I cannot. So this is another limitation that I have. So these are called limitation. So due to all these limitations, then I can assume that, okay, I'm making an assumption. What are the assumptions that you make in this situation? So do you know the meaning of limitation here? You are limited by certain things. You are not able to do certain things. You are not able to cover certain things. So these are the limitations. So depend on your scenario. Depend on your situation that you are talking about. Like for example, you are doing a survey, correct? Maybe it's through Facebook. Maybe only friends around you only. So you didn't cover the entire, but you assume that is the only way you can do at this stage.
So
am I
the
right?
assumption part, let's say that you said the limitation is that we only surveyed, let's say, in Facebook only, right? So for the assumption part, we assume that from the results we got from the Facebook survey, is also applicable for like Instagram and stuff like that.
Yeah, we assume now. We assume. So when you say you assume, like for example, you don't know the population standard deviation. So you use the sample standard deviation as a estimation of the population standard deviation in the calculation of the confidence interval. That is definitely one of the assumptions everyone going to make. So anything that you collect your data or you assume, like for example, certain thing. Okay, you assume that maybe your sample size is not large enough or whatsoever, I don't know. Okay, but you assume that it is normally distributed. Also can. So it depends on how you write and what you want to talk about.
See, right.
So are you okay with limitation and assumption?
Pretty sure.
So you don't have to write a lot, but anything that will limit you from getting the real value or getting the sample as random as possible, or in certain calculation, I don't know. Like you can even talk about, the limitation on things like when you talk about why your confidence level, you don't want it to be so low. Because if your confidence interval is low, your prediction is more precise, but the chances of you to reject the claim is very high. So what for? So the limitation and the assumption is depend on your scenario. You can tell me the scenario, maybe I can think of what are the assumption or what are the limitation. That is the purpose of from next week onward, whatever you have, we share in class so that everyone will listen, will have a chance to know what is limitation and assumption in a certain scenario. So I can now just generally tell you. So like for example, there is one student who want to talk about the size of the honeydew, correct? So the assumption they make is all the other factors are the same. That means you use the same fertilizer, the weather is the same and everything is the same. So that is the assumption that you make. So that means any other variable is exactly like when you do the science experiment, you have the constant variable, correct? So your assumption is to talk about the constant variable. Okay, any other question? Hello? Okay, Raj, may I know what topic are you planning to write? Your problem statement? Can you share?
I'm doing a carnival game, ring toss.
Carnival game of
yeah.
tossing
the ring onto a bottle. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what is your problem you are trying to solve? You are trying to justify?
So my first claim is basically trying to find the proportion of bottles that are labeled with number 3. And I'm going to say that the customers have complained that most of the bottles are labeled with 1, so they only get very few points, so they don't win prizes. So I'm going to say that the owner said that the proportion of bottles is like around 45%, and I'm going to make customers test that claim to prove him wrong.
Oh, so how are you going to know whether the bottle is so that means the customer will check the bottle. Okay, that is only one.
Yeah.
So another one?
Oh, another one. Okay.
You are supposed to have minimum 2.
Yeah.
You're supposed to have minimum 2.
The other claim that I'm talking about is I'm saying that the owner has reduced the weight of the ring, and the sample mean for the number of rings tossed, the successful tosses have been increasing over the years. So I'm going to do a sample and check whether the proportion the sample mean has increased compared to the population mean.
That means you are assuming that the in order for the owner to have more profit, he has reduced the weight or increase the weight.
Reduce the weight of the ring.
Reduce the weight. What is the reason why he want to reduce the weight?
Because I Googled why are the ring toss game rigged, and they said the owners can put lead inside the ring so it becomes so heavy that you can't get any ring toss. So I'm going to say that he's reducing the weight.
Okay, that means the customer who go and play there find that the ring is heavier lah. Yeah. That means in this situation, okay, I can tell you that your assumption is you are taking a sample from a regular customer who have visited this store.
Yeah.
So you see, so I cannot tell you what are the assumption or limitation. You see, only the customer will know what.
Yeah, sure.
That a regular customer. So when you tell the story, you just say a regular customer. So you maybe you can say yourself is one of the regular customer. I don't know lah. To this store, game store or whatsoever, like you up to you to talk about lah. So
okay,
depend on how you write, I don't know, or you want to put in as an assumption is your choice. So you see, I cannot tell you what are the assumption or what are the limitation that involve. It depend on your scenario. So everyone, you will have your different scenario. Okay? I'm waiting to see your report. So that means you get the request, you get the request from the store owner to weigh the ring now. Someone who want to that one now, maybe you can, I don't know how you want to write it. Okay, so sampling, you must talk about sampling lah. So in your report, what is important is, first of all, you have a problem statement. Okay, Weng Shen, you see just now how Rush give the problem statement and compared to the one that you text it to me. Do you see the difference? So you may want to rephrase your problem statement.
All right.
You see or not? Problem statement must be a problem that you want to solve. Okay, maybe like just now Rush, the second part you can say, a customer complained that the weight of the ring is reduced. You can say, okay, that the store owner said that the weight of the ring has the mean weight of this and this. So, but there's a customer who make a complaint. So this store owner want to justify whether the complaint is true or not. So he get a sample and so on and so forth. So that is a problem that the store owner want to solve. That is up to you to rephrase it. So I find that, Weng Shen, your problem statement, you have to, the one that you send it to me, I think you have to rephrase it.
All right.
Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so Rush has shared what he has. Okay. Weng Shen, maybe you will rephrase it, then tomorrow you can share. I don't know. Okay, can I have Clarissa? Have you done anything to it?
Hi, Miss.
Yeah.
Yes, I have a topic, but I haven't decided on the time.
Oh, you haven't you haven't get your problem statement yet?
Yeah.
Your problem statement means the claim lah. Someone trying to solve a problem that maybe a complaint or whatsoever and so on and so forth.
Sure.
Okay?
Teacher,
So you haven't, yes?
I think I have an idea for the folio.
Yeah, you have an idea.
Yes.
Did you write down?
Like where? Write down
Yeah.
where?
I believe Rush has written down certain things. You see, he go and carry out some research about the thing that he want to, then he put the claim.
Yeah, don't worry. I think it is like
No, wait. Have you written down the claim? Have you?
What claim?
Yeah, okay. Just now, did you hear what Rush said about his claim? He said the owner have made the ring lighter.
Yes,
Have you?
I did.
Okay, you please do it first, then only share.
Okay.
Write it down first. Okay, Clarissa, Ethan Wong, can you share yours?
I actually had two ideas, but I'm still trying to decide which idea I want to do.
Okay,
one
never mind.
idea-
Propose the first one.
One idea was the one I said last week about the training ground. So it was, one example could be like the number of, or like the proportion of the number of bullseyes that the participants get. And then if they achieve a certain proportion or something like that, then they get to advance to the higher stage, or maybe the manager of the game will increase the speed or something like that.
Yeah.
That's one idea for the training ground, which I haven't finished yet. Another idea was doing like this duck fishing game at a farm festival. Yeah, but
So-
the claims I haven't worked out yet.
The case you haven't worked out yet. So you have the idea, but your idea is more on proportion.
Proportion. I want to do both the
you
sample
want
mean
to-
and also proportions. I want to include both. So I'm
Yeah,
also right.
you are trying to incorporate both lah. Good.
So I
That
have
is
most
good.
of it.
Mm. Okay. So that is what Ethan. So when you talk about as you write, then you will know what is your limitation and assumption. Okay. You have to start writing first. You don't keep thinking what is. So as you start writing out your report, you know, oh, these are the limitation that I have in finding the sample or finding certain thing or whatsoever. Okay. So that one I will, okay. Then who is the one who is green skin gummy? May I know who is the one? Huh? Who is that? Huh?
It's Hydric.
Hydric, can you please put your name as Hydric?
Yeah. It's a change my name when I linked my account to my Gmail.
Okay. Okay. Okay, Jared, how about you?
I'm planning to write on like a football team like that they play in a league, but I haven't really gotten I haven't thought of the problem question yet. Okay.
So, okay, why you choose football? Like,
No, actually, I'm writing about like a specific team who like will participate in a league season.
yeah.
So then I want to compare like their previous records of like maybe like 1 or 2 seasons before that and see how they performed, and like maybe I can include like their fans like say that they perform badly like in the new season compared to the last season, but like I can prove them wrong.
Okay, if you say perform badly, what do you mean by perform badly?
As in they come in like let's say this season they come in like maybe 3rd place, but the previous seasons they like came in like higher place than the 3rd place.
So what are you trying to justify? You are trying to justify proportion of what or mean of what?
The mean of their, can say like because their ranking is based on the amount of points you get from playing in the game. So can you say mean?
Cannot.
Cannot.
That cannot. That is not, because you cannot say mean game that you win. No such thing. If you play for a year, for example, you play 10 games, your population is so small. So why you need to do sampling?
Oh, it's okay.
You see or not? You see or not? When you want to write topics about this, that means you have to know one reason why sampling.
So I mean choose a larger population.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have to be very, very careful with the topic that we choose. If I'm talking about sampling, then that means why I need to do sampling. You go and read up first. Because there's no way I can know the parameter of the population by studying the whole population. That's why I need to do sampling. So when you choose a topic, your population must be extremely big. Like just now Rush said about the ring, correct? The storekeeper can have a lot of rings, correct? And they can keep changing the weight of the ring. Am I right? So
yeah.
It's impossible for you to know the situation of the population, the parameter that you are interested in. So that's why you need to do sampling to give you some idea about the population. That's why I want you to share to me the topic so that I can tell you. Now everyone clear? Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Miss.
Yeah, so that's why you see, when I ask you your topic, you better get prepared and you share in class, then everyone know, oh, whether I should change my topic or not, instead of I go every one by one and tell you. So very important. The reason is your population is something that can keep changing. So it's impossible for you to know the parameter that you are interested in about the population without taking sampling. So that is your key. Then only you can talk about sampling, then only you can talk about confidence interval. If not, how to talk? So the key point, the important point of writing this topic is you have to answer this question, why sampling? In your explanation, you have to answer this question, why sampling? And you know what is sampling, correct? So you answer. If your report have answered this question, why sampling at the beginning, then I can tell you your whole report is 50% is successful already. Then the situation of the sampling. So you have to define your, before you do sampling, you have to define your population first. Introduction, you just talk about what is the two problem statement that you want to study. Then after that, your body, you write down what is your population, then why you do sampling, and what is the parameter of interest. Then you collect the data, then you analyze the data by finding the confidence interval or do something else, then you justify the claim. So that is how you flow. In between, where to insert in central limit theorem. So Jared, that topic, I think, is not very suitable. That topic doesn't allow you to write a report, show that whatever you have learned in chapter 9. So you have to bear in mind the topic that you are supposed to select, the problem that you are supposed to solve must enable you to show to the person who is going to read your report whatever you have learned in chapter 9. Sampling, 95% confidence level. What is the meaning? Confidence interval, how you interpret and how you use your confidence interval to justify the claim. And how the confidence level will affect the margin of error. How the sampling error will affect the margin of error. All these are the very important things that you have to write down. Then that can make up your 15 pages. Are you okay? So anything else you want to ask? So this is, you see, depend on what you tell me, then I can share with you. So this is very different from English assignment, because we are talking about facts. We are talking about theory. You cannot just simply talk. Every number that you put in, you have to make sure you know what is it. Okay? Jared?
Yes, Miss. Thank you very much.
Okay, okay. Junjae?
Yes.
Yes. Junjae?
Yeah.
Do you know when you have to submit your folio?
End of this month.
Hi-yo. You tell me this month, correct? It seemed like very long, huh? When? 31st of August. How many more days?
14.
14 days. You are supposed to write 15 pages, no? I tell you, Max, you want to write 1 page also is difficult, you know, not? Because it's factual. So what is your topic? What is the problem that you like to solve using this inferential statistic? So when we talk about inferential statistic, we are talking about we have a problem. We are using data, we analyze the data, and we try to justify and solve the problem. That is called your problem statement. Your claim is the problem statement.
Okay.
Yes, Junjae?
Mm.
Have you started or not? Just answer this question.
Not yet.
Not yet, Okay lah, wait until 30th of August, Then 31st of August, you will Merdeka, You Merdeka. At that time, I really Merdeka already. I don't have to worry whether you can finish your work or not. Your 70%, I've done my part. Okay. Hello?
Yeah.
Junjae, you wait, Wait until 30th, then only tell Miss Do what you want to write, Then one night you can finish the whole thing.
Okay.
Okay,
No. Just kidding.
Okay, Kelvin?
Yeah, Miss.
Yes.
I'm planning to talk about the psychology student result from Taylor's from 2019 to 2020.
You have the psychology result?
Yeah, I've texted my psychology lecturer. He's preparing.
So
the
what are
data.
you trying to claim?
I haven't figured it out, but I think that's my topic so far.
So if you say if you get the result, so what are you trying to claim? You get the data and you don't know what are you trying to claim is of no use. Hello?
Yeah.
So what are you trying to claim? Do you know there is another situation that is very difficult to claim? You want to claim that the result have dropped?
Yeah, maybe.
So if by the facts, the result have dropped. So is there sampling involved? Is there sampling involved?
I think no.
Can you know the result of all the students in Taylor College for psychology? You can, correct? The population is not that big, am I right?
Yeah.
So how? Try to choose a topic. That's why I say try to choose a topic that allow you to have sampling. Hello? If you look at your textbook, you hardly see things like result and so on. Am I right? You look at your textbook, the sample given. So you must try to choose a topic that allow you to have sampling. Is each year of the student as a sampling? What are you trying to? That's why you have to define your population and your parameter of interest very clearly. Okay, wait, someone is asking me. Okay, Okay, when you write, okay, listen, this is what one of your friends said. Okay, they say, Miss Do, can we use the notes that you posted in Times to help write the report? Like the definition and the explanation, for example, the term statistical inference, you can use it. Because the reason is, you have to understand one thing. For EAL, you are writing about English report, correct? Max, I ask you, how much different can you give me the meaning of statistical inference? Cannot. So whatever I posted in Times, I posted a lot of things for you to read in Times. And I also write a lot of notes. I give it in WhatsApp. You can use any of it. I will not say copyright because definitions is not considered as copyright. Like I talk about Newton's first law. Can I say it in any other way? If you study physics, I talk about Newton's first law. Every body continues its state of rest of uniform motion in a straight line unless it's exerted by external force. We memorize by heart already. What is sampling? Sampling is taking sample after sample after sample from the same population with the same sample size. So you can go ahead and use. I told you already, for Max report, no citation is needed. You can tell me you can put in a reference page that is not considered at 15 pages. You don't have to do citation. Writing Max report is totally different from EAL, can or not? So what I'm looking at is how well you can explain all the mathematical terms. How well you can use all the mathematical terms to solve the problem. That's it. And how you present your finding. In Max, when you say present your finding, means I want it to be in table form or graph form, if possible, so that it's clear and the reader can compare it straight away. Okay, have I answered the question?
Yes,
so
miss.
please don't ask me again. I told you already why I write so much this time. Every question I write population, I write parameter of interest. I'm telling you in your report, I'm going to see these two things. If you are not able to define your population and your parameter of interest, okay, I tell you, the whole report, the highest I can give to you is a B. So you have to purposely bold. Population is da 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 da. So you have to intentionally draw my attention to all the statistical terms that you want to explain. Are you okay? So any further question? So that's why for Maxfolio, I don't have to give individual consultation. Because everyone is going to tell me, everyone have to explain what is sampling. Everyone have to explain what is 95% confidence level. Everyone have to know how to interpret confidence interval. At least one of them. If you have many, you just need to interpret one. Then how do you use the confidence interval that you find to solve the problem that you want to solve? And everyone have to write a little bit about central limit theorem also. But please don't be too theoretical. Don't be all the 15 pages, just explain all this. No point. Wherever is suitable. Slot in, slot in, slot in, and at the end, you. Okay. After next week, because I try to let you have the freedom to have your own idea or present your thought. Because this will be very helpful when you go to university, when you write a report. So next Monday, okay, after Tuesday, I will show you a sample. I will show you a sample on times, a sample. Okay. This is to help those who have really no idea what to do. Please don't wait. Okay, any other question? Okay, Stephanie, do you want to talk about?
Hi, Miss. I haven't came up with my the problem yet, but I'm planning to talk about the SARS disease and those who caught the illness during the outbreak in 2003. But I have a question. Can my sample be a specific age group or like a specific country?
Okay, first of all, this SARS, correct? So what is the problem that you want to try to solve?
I haven't really thought about the problem yet. I've only thought about my topic and the sample.
Okay, if you are talking about, you want to talk about the SARS case in 2003, right?
Yeah.
Is it 2003?
Yes. Yes.
So this is something that is over.
Yeah.
Yeah. So will that allow you to have such thing as sampling?
Sorry, hold on, Miss.
Huh? Can you do sampling or not?
I'm guessing not.
It's not that I'm saying not, because I don't know what is the problem that you are trying to solve. Are you trying to compare between SARS and COVID-19? If you want to, then that will be sampling involved, because now COVID-19 is still ongoing. So whatever I collect today is a sample.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying, because whatever happened in the past, that is the past situation. So I want to talk about now. Is the COVID-19 the same as the SARS? So I don't know what are you trying to talk about? So if you just want to talk about the SARS that happened, then I don't think there's sampling involved, because these are the history. History, it will become true facts already. Right?
Okay.
There's nothing to compare.
Yeah.
Okay. So think about that.
All right, thank you, Miss. Miss, I'll send you my question once I think about it. Probably.
Yeah, you can.
All right. Okay, thank you.
Okay. There's a friend who asked, in average, how many sample you need? Okay. Can someone tell me that I have talked about this. If we have one sample can help us to justify the claim already, correct? Yeah. So if you go to page 291, question 7, actually why they use different sample size and get different sample? I want to find different evidence. So how many samples are you going to take? The one, I leave it to you. I told you already in Max report, it's not answering question. So we don't just use one sample to justify the claim. We can use different sample with the same sample size to find the confidence interval to justify the claim. Then we also can compare. Huh? Okay, that is question 7. Then we also can compare if we change the confidence level, what will happen? There is one question in your textbook also. Will it, if you change the sample size, what will happen to the width? Then will it affect the justification of the claim? I can also put in another one. So in your report, you are trying to explain to the one who read your report, what are the factors that will affect the justification of the claim? First is the sample mean or sample proportion. Second is the confidence level. Third is the sample size. That will affect the justification. With this sample size, with this sample mean, I have insufficient evidence to reject the claim. But if I take another sample with a bigger sample size, I may be able to reject the claim. Sufficient evidence to reject the claim. So these are the things that you have to plan and write it down. So how many samples are you going to take? Up to you. The justification of the claim is affected by, so what are the factors that will affect the justification of the claim? The sample mean and the sample proportion that you get. Second one, sample size. Third, what is the third one? Confidence level. So I can use this, I can change this. So you try your best, There are 3 variables. So everyone, you change one variable. Then from here, you can put your table. Okay, you say X10 is, okay, you say it's fixed. You fix the X10, okay? Then that means your sample mean is fixed, your sample size is fixed. So you change the confidence level. So confidence level, 90%, confidence interval you get, then you use 95, then the confidence interval that you get, then 99%, then the confidence level you can take. So now from here, you based on your confidence interval, then you look at you count the width. So this is one of the table that you can produce. Then you see how this can justify the claim. I don't know what is your claim. Okay. Then after that, you can have another table where I use all confidence level is 95% confidence level. So I change the sample size. I take 10, 50, then 100. Okay, then I find the confidence, then I get the mean. The mean may be a bit different, I don't know. Or you want to make the mean the same also can, up to you. Then you find the confidence interval. Then you justify the claim. Then you can count the width also. The narrower the width, the more precise is your prediction. So, but it will give you a different result on your justification. Are you clear? So that is where your table come in. So how many samples are you going to take? I don't know. And you should know that for science or the max, if you want to talk about the correlation of anything, what minimum number of data must you have? Hello, science student, you do experiment.
5.
5. So you are that. Statistics is part of science, okay? Maths is part of science, okay? So you see, that is how you should present your work. Okay, any other question? No? The rest, you please get ready. I will ask you one by one tomorrow. Okay? Any more questions? So a lot of things you can decide by yourself. It depends on how you want to write. So it doesn't mean that I have to approve what you want to do. You please learn to approve yourself. Can or not? So this is a learning curve. When you go to university, no one is going to tell you that your lecturer will just dump you with the thing and you have to do it, that's it. Hello? Can or not? So very important, you choose the topic. Do you need to take sample? That's it. If that topic, the problem, you don't have to take the sample and you can solve it, better change your topic. Are you clear? Sampling is the most important part of this chapter. Why you do sampling? Because we don't know the population parameter that we are interested in. So we try to use sampling to help us to get the estimation of the population parameter that we are interested in. So the parameter is 2, that is the population mean or the population proportion. Okay, I think I've talked enough for today. When we talk about the inference part, that means how you use the confidence interval to justify the claim, that is the inference part. Are you clear? That's why I know in such a short time, want you to write is not that easy. That's why I need you to tell me your topic. I help you out. as much as I can. Okay, so next Tuesday I will show you the sample, but not this week. I believe you can write better than your senior. Okay. Can I say thank you to you?
Thank you, Miss.
Thank
you, Miss.
Thank you, Miss Do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you.